everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna work on another tutorial and I'm starting a different series now. I'm still working on Cleopatra. I made another necklace, couple of bracelets and the ring, and we'll continue that, but I wanted to start something else in between so you don't get bored of one theme. And I started my series called Princess Jasmine. So today we're gonna do the ring. I know it's holidays and stuff, so probably you all don't have time for making jewelry and stuff. So I thought, in between, if you want to bead, this one is quite easy and quick ring. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, and probably you have the materials as well. So all you need is one 8mm pearl. I'm gonna be using bronze. I don't really know what's this color called because I bought a bead soup of Czech glass pearls and it was in there, so I don't really know the name of it, but it's like sunset orange. I don't know. You will need 11 Tohos. I'm gonna be using lavender, and you're gonna need about 2 grams. And then you will need some 15-0s. I'm gonna be using this gold tone, same as here, and you're gonna need about 1 gram of this. You'll need your scissors. Oh, I forgot the scissors. Anyways, you will need the scissors to cut the thread. You will need beading needle size 10, and of course you'll need your Nymo size D. So go ahead, get the materials ready, thread your needle, and we'll get to work. So I have my materials ready. I thread my needle with about 2 yards. That should be plenty for the ring. If you run out of thread, I will leave a link to a short video I made where I show you how to add thread, how to get rid of the tails and all that. Because if I show that in every video, all the video is gonna be super long. So this ring is, all of it is right angle weave. That's it. And we're gonna start with this part that goes around the pearl, and then we're gonna do the band that goes around your finger. So we're gonna go ahead, take 4 11-0 Tohos. I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna leave a short tail that I can sew in later. I don't need a super long one. And then I'm gonna make 2 knots. Just simple overhand knots. 1, 2. Then I'm gonna zoom in here, and then we're gonna continue from here. Now, what we do is just, we have to make 9 units of right angle weave. These 4 beads already make up the one. What we have to do is add 8 more, and then we connect. That will create number 10. So in total it has to be 10 right angle weave units. We already have 1, and now I'm gonna pick up 3 11-0s, go through the same bead through the other side, and that creates the second unit. And now, to be able to add the third one, I have to go to the top of the second unit. I'm gonna take my thread through the next bead. I'm sorry, I'll be holding the beads down with my thumb because that's how you hold the tension. Otherwise, if you don't, your beads will be going sideways. So when I thread when I go with my needle through the beads, I hold it down with my fingers, and that holds the beads in place. So I'm gonna hold it now. I went through the side bead, and now I have to go to the top. And then see, if I don't hold it down, I just pull my thread. See, it all, okay, sorry. It all goes sideways, like, see? And that's not what we want. We want it all in place properly. So I'm just gonna hold the beads in place and pull the thread. Don't worry if it gets wonky. You don't worry about that because we're gonna fix it later. Now, because I pulled my thread like that, I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce that circle. Go through this bead here down, and then go through that bead again. And now, because we went full circle, I can pull my thread, see? And it stays in place now. And now I'm just gonna turn it around so it's easy for me to go up. I have to be coming out of that top bead. I'm gonna hold it down with my fingers, and then go through the top bead. See? That's where I'm supposed to be coming out. And then I'm gonna add another unit, pick up 3 beads, go through the same bead through the other side. And now I have 3rd unit. I'm gonna turn it around so it's easy for me to go up. Going upwards to that top bead. And then I'm gonna add another unit, pick up 3 beads. See, I don't have to reinforce here because I was holding the beads down with my fingers and it's all in place. Pull it down, 3 more beads, go through the same bead through the other side. And that creates the 4th unit. I'm gonna turn it around. And then again, I have to take my needle to the top bead. Take my thread through the side bead, and now to the top. Add 1 more unit. That's the 4th. We need 9 in total. 3 more beads. Go through the same bead through the other side. And that's our number 5 row unit. Go through the side bead to the top. Don't worry if your units are wonky, because we're gonna reinforce it later with the 15 O's and it's all gonna be in place. So just as long as they're not super, you know, like a lot of thread showing in between, it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're gonna add number 6, pick up 3 more beads, go through the same bead through the other side. That's gonna create our 6th row unit. And then I'm gonna take my needle to the top. Pick up 3 more beads. Go through the same bead through the other side. Hold it down with my finger. Turn it around. Take my thread to the top bead. You need 9 in total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more to go. 3 beads. Go through the same bead through the other side. Turn around, go to the top bead. So that's 8, and then 1 more. 1, 2, 3. Go through the same bead through the other side. Turn around, go to the top bead. And now I want to make sure I have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 right angle weave units, and now we have to connect it. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna bend it together so the both ends are close to each other. Pick up 1 bead. See, I'm going upwards on that last unit. I'm gonna come downwards on the 1st unit. See, that's where my thread's coming out of. This is the tail, so forget about that for now. That's where it's coming out. I'm gonna pick up 1 bead and then go down this 1st unit we made. Pick up 1 bead and then go upwards on the last unit. That's where our thread is coming out of. Go upwards. And that will connect our units into circle and create 10th unit. See, that's the last unit we created. And now it's all wonky a bit, so I'm gonna take my needle away a bit from that place. Just go through some beads. That will also reinforce your circle. Don't worry if it's wonky, it's fine. Go down next bead. Just pull your thread a bit. And then go through one more bead here. And now we're gonna add the pearl, but to add the pearl, our bead has to be coming on the center bead. So I'm gonna go ahead, go up this bead here, in between two right angle weave units. I'm gonna pick up one pearl. I'm gonna unseam a bit here, I think. Drop it down. And now see, I'm coming up that bead here. I'm coming upwards right here. So I have to go down the opposite bead. And to do that, I'm just gonna count. See the top beads here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in between, I'm gonna go down. So 1, that's where my thread is coming out of. So I'm gonna count the top beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna go in between there. Then I'm just gonna pull my thread, and that will center my pearl there. Or you just wanna help it a bit as well, same. And then I'm gonna turn it around, push the pearl a bit and go through that pearl again. And now on this side, I'm gonna go down because if you remember, that's where our thread is initially coming out of. Like if I push it down the pearl, see? And then I wanna go through this side downwards now. That way the pearl is gonna be centered. It's the same way like we did the pearl planet ring. There we centered the pearl in between crow stitch. Here it's just right angle weave. And that's the top of our ring. And now what I'm gonna do, I just wanna go ahead and add 50 no's on top. So my thread is coming out on the side ridge. I want to go through one of the top beads. Now let's zoom a bit. And all I'm gonna do is just add 1 50 no between each of those beads. That's gonna be 10 in total. Pick up 1 50 no, go through the next bead. Pick up 1 50 no, go through the next bead. Pick up 1 50 no, go through the next bead. You don't want to be pulling your thread too tight here. Just you know, you pull it so you don't have any thread showing here, but don't pull it too hard. 50 now, go through the next bead. You want it to be loose. 150 now, go through the next bead. $150 now, go through the next bead. $150 now, go through the next bead. $150 now, the next one. $150 now, next one. And then one more 50 no. And then here when I go through the next one, I'm gonna go through the first 50 no and come out the next lavender bead. Here you want to make sure you don't pull your thread too hard, because if you do, it's all gonna squash on top of the pearl. So you just let it be like that. And then here my thread is coming out of the lavender bead. I'm gonna go down the next lavender bead. And now we're gonna start working on the band. Go down the next lavender bead and come through the bottom bead here. And now we're gonna start building our band. So I'm gonna pick up 3 11/0. See where my thread's coming out of? I'm gonna go through the same bead through the other side. Now our band is double right angle weave row. See, it's 2 rows together. So that's 1 row. I'm coming at the bottom one, and now I'm gonna go up the side bead. Pick up 2 beads. I'm gonna go through this bead here. And then go up. That's the first row of our right angle weave unit ready. It's double row, 1, 2. And now we're gonna add 2 more units on top, 2 more units on top of that, and continue all the way until we have 1 band. I'm gonna show you a couple more rows because if you're not familiar with right angle weave, it might be a bit difficult for you. So I'm coming out at the center here. I'm gonna go through this bead here. Pick up 3 15/0. Go through the same bead through the other side. Now I have to add unit here. Right angle weave is always 4 beads, but in the next one we have one side, we have second side, and we need to add 2 beads here. So to be able to add that, I have to be coming out of one of these beads that's gonna be part of that right angle weave. And depending where my thread is, it will depend on which one I'll be coming out of. So I'm gonna go up here. You will understand in a minute what I mean. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go to the side. And now I have to be coming out of one of these threads, one of these beads here. And because my thread is top here, all I can do is just go down. And when I go down, I'm stuck in between these 2 beads, so I'll have to come out here. So that's where my thread has to be coming out of. So I'm just gonna go down here and straight go through that bead. I'm gonna pick up 2 beads, go down this bead here. And that will create the second row of our right angle weave. I'm gonna show it 2 more times and I'm gonna let you continue on your own. Don't worry if it's wonky. I know it will get wonky because right angle weave is such a stitch that you can't really hold the tension in it. That's why I always hold down the beads with my fingers. But even then it gets wonky like this. But don't worry. In the end, we're gonna reinforce it with 15/0 and it will look like this. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add this, the first right angle weave of the 3rd row. I'm just gonna flip it around so it's easy for me. Go up this bead. And then I'm gonna come out of this bead, top bead here. Pick up 3 beads and create this first right angle weave on top of this bead here. And now, because of the location of my thread here, I have to be coming out of this bead or this bead. And because of my thread, I have to go upwards. In right angle weave, you cannot go straight. In right angle weave, you always make right turns. I mean, 90-degree turns. It's either right, left, top, bottom, doesn't matter. So now I have to come out of this bead here. So I'm gonna pick up 2 beads and then come around this bead here. Then go up. Okay, that's the 3rd row already. It's all jungle of beads, but don't worry, that's how it looks usually. And then we have to add another row on top. So now I'm gonna go here, pick up 3 beads, go through the same bead through the other side. I'm just gonna flip it around so it's easier for me to move my needle. And now I'm gonna have to add the unit here. So I'm gonna go to the top here, I can pull my thread hard when I'm holding down the beads. I'm gonna go here to the top, go down, and then I'm gonna go through that bead there. Pick up 2 beads, and then go down this bead. And then through this bead here. That's the 4th row ready. I'm gonna show you one more time, just to be sure you understand it, and then you're gonna continue on your own. I'm gonna flip it over, build my first unit on top of this bead here, on top of this unit. Make sure your thread is coming out of that top bead. Pick up 3 beads. And then I'm gonna go through the same bead through the other side. And because my thread is already in the middle, I'm gonna go upwards, because I cannot go straight in right angle weave. Pick up 2 beads, come back through that bead there. That's gonna be part of the same right angle weave unit, and then go upwards. And that's how you continue. If you don't understand, rewind it, watch it again. I showed you already, well, we built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right angle weave rows already, so it's repetitious. So go ahead, rewind it, watch it again if you didn't understand. And this will create the band of your ring. Now this one I made for this finger, I think, and this one I want to make for my middle finger. So when I put it down around my finger, I'm gonna continue all the way until it goes around my finger. And because right angle weave, when we reinforce it, we add 50 nodes between those side beads, it will shrink the band. So when you make the ring, and before connecting it, make sure when your band goes around, it overlaps that top, and then we're gonna do the connection. Just continue and make sure when you have your band, it overlaps or at least touches this part here. And when I have the same length, you will understand what I mean. So go ahead and I'll see you in a bit. So I have the required length. Now, this is the top. So I'm gonna put it around my finger, take the band around. And if you see, when it goes on top of that unit, on top of those pearls, say it overlaps, that's how you want it. Because when you reinforce it with 50 nodes, it's gonna shrink and it's gonna go down to the size of your finger. Just make sure when it goes around your hand and around your finger, it overlaps. Otherwise, it's gonna be too small once you finish your ring. So now I have the required length, and I have to do the connection. And I'm going to show you how we do that. Now my thread is coming out in the middle of those 2 top units. See how jungle it's all, you can't really see the pattern here because right angle weave is such a, I don't know, it's such a weird stitch that you can't hold the attention and all the beads end up like that. It's wonky, but once we add the 50 nodes, it's gonna be a straight band, so don't worry about that. Now I have to be coming out of one of the side beads, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go down here. And to be able to connect it, just make sure it's this side. You don't want to end up connecting it this way. I'm gonna hold it together like this. Just make sure like this has 10 right angle weave units. That's why you always need a even number to be able to have the center here, because now we started here. To be able to connect it on the other side, it has to be the opposite side. So it's very easy to find it. It's this 2 units here that we have to connect to this one. But just make sure you count it because it's 10 units. We connected 2 here. So it has to be 2 on top, and we have 6 left. So it means 3 to each side. So I'm just gonna make sure I have 3 right angle weave units before I connect the other side. So that's where it finishes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I connect it, it has to be connected to this bead here. So I'm gonna pick up 1 bead. My thread is coming out on the side, on the on the top. This is the top bead. It's a bit wonky, it seems at the bottom, but I'm coming out of the top bead there. I'm gonna pick up one bead and then go through the bead here. I'm coming out to the right, I'm going through the right. I'm gonna pick up one bead and then go through the same bead at the on the other side, on the band, but through the other side. And that's gonna create a unit of right angle weave, and that's how you connect the band to the ring. And now I have to connect the other side. I'm just gonna go through this bead here, pull my thread hard, go through this bead here, go through this bead here, and then go through this bead here. That's the top bead of the second right angle weave unit. Now I want to make sure my tail is out of the way. It just happens to be at the center here. Pick up one bead, go, see I'm coming out to the left, I'm gonna go to the right of this bead here. And that's gonna create another right angle and it's all connected. Now I just have to reinforce that right angle weave unit. Now I think before I continue I have to get rid of the tail because it's right in the middle of the band and I don't want it there. So I'm just gonna put it down, take another needle. I don't want to be taking that needle again. Thread this tail. And now I'm just gonna hide the tail somewhere. Now it's coming out here. I'm gonna go to the side. Then I want to make one knot here. I'm gonna take it to the top. Then I'm gonna go through some of the beads here. Remove the needle. Just make sure you cut the right thread. Cut at the very base. And then rid of the tail now. And now I'm gonna zoom in again. And now what we're gonna do before we, see we didn't add the 50 nose here yet. Before we do that, we're gonna add 50 nose on the band. Now I'm coming out here, I'm gonna go through the top here. And now I want to be coming out of this bead so I can be going downwards. So I'm gonna make a full circle on that unit. I'm gonna go up. Gonna go to the side, top bead. Then I'm gonna go down. And now here I'm gonna start adding my 50 nose. So I'm just gonna hold it around my finger here. See, I'm coming out of that bead there. I'm gonna pick up 150 now, go through the next bead. I'm gonna pick up 150 now, go through the next bead. I'm gonna pick up 150 now, go through the next bead. I'm going through all the side beads. Pick up 150 now, go through the next bead. So go ahead, take it all around the band, and when you get there, we're gonna continue from there. Now I went the full circle, if you see, and when I pull my thread, look, you can already see that this side is smaller than the other side. But it kind of straightened up some of the beads, so that's good. And now I'm almost at the end. I'm gonna pick up 150 now. Go through that top bead. And now we finished the full circle. And now I want to add on the other side. So now what I'm gonna go through the lavender bead, through 50 now, and through the next lavender bead. And then I'm gonna go down this bead here. And that takes us to the next side. So I'm gonna pick up 150 now, go through the next bead. 150 now, go through the next bead. 150 now, go through the next bead. Now go ahead, finish this side, and then we're gonna continue from there. I finished the other side, and you can see it's a nice band overall. And now we're gonna finish the ring. I'm gonna pick up last 50 now, and then I'm gonna go through the top bead. And now we have to add the 50 nodes at the bottom of the pearl. So I'm gonna make sure my thread is coming out of one of those bottom beads. I'm just gonna make full circle around here, then through this bead here. Now when I go through this bead, you know, I'm gonna add a pearl between each of those beads, but here I can't because we have the 50 no on the band. So when I go through this bead, I'm gonna go through the bottom of that 50 no and through the next lavender bead, which is this one. So I'm gonna come out of that next lavender bead. I'm gonna pick up 150 now. And then here I'm gonna go through the next lavender bead, skip through the bottom of that 50 no and come out of the next lavender bead. And when I pull my thread, I have 150 no there between those lavender beads. And now I'm gonna here pick up 150 no. I think I bent my needle and it's really hard to pick up beads now. 150 no, go through the next lavender bead. 150 now, go through the next lavender bead, and here I'm gonna skip at the bottom of that 50 now and come out of the next lavender. Pick up 150 now, and here again I have to go through the next lavender, skip the bottom of that 50 now and come out of the next lavender. And then we have 150 no there on the band as well. Pick up 150 no, go through the next lavender bead. Pick up 150 no, go through the next lavender bead. And then I'm gonna skip through the bottom of that. Okay, I'm just gonna come out of the next lavender bead. And then straight through the 50 now. It's quite difficult here because I think I have that first knot right there between those beads, but it's basically done. Could have added one more unit here. It's quite tight around my finger, but it's fine. It does the job. Now that our ring is ready, all I have to do is tie off the ends. But before I do that, I want you to go ahead and reinforce those beads at the bottom of the pearl and reinforce the top beads as well. So I'm coming out here at the last 50 no we came out of. I'm gonna go through the lavender beads, skip through the bottom of that 50 no and come out of that lavender bead. And basically I'm just gonna go around in the circle, going through all the beads. And that's what I want you to do as well. Don't skip any beads in between except for those 50 no's that go on the side of the band, because they are located like this, right? So you can't really go through them, but you have to go through the bottom so you don't have any thread showing. And then I think that's quite enough. I'm gonna take my needle to the top, pull my thread, go through this lavender bead, I'm just gonna make full circle on top as well. And now, because we made so many circles, I don't really even have to tie a knot. I'm just gonna go as far as I can around the circle. It's gonna get quite tight because those 50 knots have quite small holes and you can't go through them several times. So now I'm gonna cut the thread at the very base. And now I have both of my rings ready. It's cute, isn't it? I still like the blue one better. It's very bright. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And here I find the most difficult part is adjusting the band, because if you noticed, I did it for my big finger. It still goes fine, but I prefer a bit of space. So it's quite snug around my finger, if you see. So it would have been better if I added one more right angle weave unit here. So when you are adjusting, make sure you have quite a bit of space. So probably this ring is good for my next finger. Perfect. See? So I will leave all the codes of the beads I used. I don't really have the codes for the pearls, but you can see for the lavender I used bronze, and for the blue one I used this like sunset orange color. So it's a really nice color as well. I have a matching necklace and a bracelet, which I'll be doing tutorials in the future. So if you like this ring, I'm sure you're gonna like the bracelet and necklace. They are gorgeous. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Don't forget to check out the description where I will leave all the grams you need, all the materials you need, all the codes of the Tohos and stuff. So and there will be a link to my Facebook page if you want to go follow there. So there you can just stay tuned to what's coming. And see you in the next tutorial, guys. Bye bye.